Hello, everybody. My name is Sam Karan, and welcome to Sam Karan Social TV, where we do interviews, documentaries, and so many programs. And today we have visited this beautiful land and beautiful province of Manicaland. We are in Nyazura. Nyazura, right?
Yeah.
We are in Nyazura, deep down in Nyazura. And here we want to document a project that is happening here. It's one thing it's being done with a very, very young lady, a young woman. Kajinji, when people are entering into these projects, so now we are having a young lady who is upbringing that, and it is something in our beautiful country of Zimbabwe. So without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. Yes, Chama.
Yeah, Farah. Always.
Awesome. But I'm happy that I'm here.
Yeah, happy
and
to
thank
have
you so much for opening your doors and your gates for me to come in this beautiful province.
Yeah, don't mention it. Happy to have you. Manicaland is home to everyone.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So I'm much sure that people are curious to know, Kuti, who am I talking to?
Well, you're talking to Munashe. My name is Munashe. I just call myself Munashe the rabbit farmer.
Munashe the rabbit farmer.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's quite interesting.
It's now a title.
It's now a title.
Yeah.
Munashe, specifically the rabbit farmer.
Yeah.
Okay. That's beautiful. So there's many things that someone could farm, but then you decided with no, that Munashe, the rabbit farmer, like the close up in Jesus or jets,
Well, debatable.
Debatable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna have that time here that debate. But then, what made you to start farming?
Well, for me, it was both curiosity and passion.
Okay.
I started farming because I was curious to know when you grow something or when you keep something to a certain stage, then what's the end product? Plus, and chicken or the but so yeah, the farming because when you grow up in a setting where households you just keep animals, you have a garden, and you just when you keep so for me, I fell in love with the biology of animals. I would be so curious. So I think from then on, my curiosity grew into more of a passion, because I ended up keeping animals for the love of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pani pacha wambutaura kuti kukarao.
Oh yeah, then there's that.
Yeah. I won't let
then
that slide.
That. Please let it slide. It's quite possible. It's quite possible. I mean,
in a family setup was rural pepe iwo muri yako wakutoti inini yangu kana tuta so uko one yangu the other
no
their family.
no, I am quite a sharing person. There was actually a time where I would keep animals, fall in love with them, but I would love to see other people have them. Like, of course, not kuti and stuff. Wasn't it like a bond?
Yeah.
I was guilt conscience, guys. Yes, I do share. I do share my
So why did you choose to farm rabbits specifically?
Well, with rabbits, it started like I said, kuti takangotanga iri a franchise where we wanted to tap into it because it was a market that was not really tapped into at that time. So inini chakazoti ndienderere mberi nadzo was now the love. I fell in love with rabbits. They're cute animals. They're more of like friends and companions. Okay. For me, it was now kaka bond kandakazoita with the rabbits because I was so engaged in that project. When I was hands-on doing everything on my own, I then realized that no, this is an animal I would like to keep because, yeah, I fell in love with the animal itself.
Okay. So, which other animals have you like given the care more like the way you give care to the rabbits?
Well, besides the domestics, we have chickens, but then with me, Papa's not that bored. It was more like I'm giving you for meat. So I've kept chickens, roadrunners, layers, umbrellas. I've kept them, and then goats, domang. But then nothing fell close to rabbits.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Setsuro.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite interesting.
Mm.
So because of the love that you have and the passion and the compassion, all that, those are the things that more like pushed you with
yeah.
more like so what's the inspiration behind the inspiration?
Okay, so what really inspired me to also go on with the rabbits was I was doing a little bit of research on them. I was exploring, like I said, it was something that we were just tapping into that know-how. So for me, it was a base to study them, to learn them, to understand them, so that at the end of the day, I ended up teaching other people from that. So in those things, let me go into depth, because when I start speaking of them, whiteboard to pinda into everything exactly. So really the whole part of actually studying them, because I won't say they were my experiments, but they were low-key my experiments. I was experimenting on them at the same time went to away from them and stuff. Yeah.
All right. So looking at the environment here, Zimbabwe, like the country, especially. Nika ino kufunga kuti the gender is more into farming. It's men.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to animal farming. Kokorima, we know of course kuti tine vakadzi vakawanda vanopinda munda vachinorima, that kind of farming. But then iwo utakona ndiwe wapo mukadzi mudiki. Musikana mudiki ari busy kumanisana netsuro.
Yeah.
How did people took you when they now see with mwana goes out to it? Let's start to go to people that surrounds you.
Well, with the people that surrounded me, it came off as a shock. Because one wakawanda just didn't know that I was into farming like that. So I was never a city girl. I was always a farm girl from the word go. So with my family, it was easier because they understood me. Right? That was my passion. Everyone else went in Yawonzira. I took the other road. And did it. So with other people now, when you're now asking, because people be like, okay, maybe career path. Because career path. So when I took career path, because I even studied animal science. So Pandaka, when I took the career path that I took, then when you're now explaining to someone, no, those and I will not lie to you. The reactions I've had were like, Iwewe.
What are you saying?
Yeah, so I don't know if it was more like people, I don't think it was judging, but it was more like shock.
More like a shock.
Yeah. So a lot of people, I was always someone that hands-on. I won't ask kuti ninge auditakurire chakati ndikuya nditakura keji yangu nekudhonza nekudikakarisana naro ndikusimudza chichichi. So I was always a hands-on person and then ndaimanya. But then one would perceive kuti is like it requires going in like but this is something farming so I'm going to say but you know how it is when you get into it so one way so because at the end of the day end up kunochamba nemadhaka unotozongoita blend in with the rest of the people so yeah I think that's where the shock came kuti vanhu vaitoshokeka kuti you
so apana here vanhu vaimbouya vachimbokuti izvi zviwangu dai wasiyana nazvo it's not for you?
Funny enough, no. Apana vandakambosangana naye kanda. A lot of people were quite encouraging. What you have started, ndo pakatondipo kamwe kasimba kekuti ndirembe because you would see the encouragement was so pure. Munaitouya chokuzoti you have started something good. Keep it up, and that would actually give me the strength to go on. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. So, what challenges did you face when you were starting this?
Okay, so when I was starting this, when I initially started doing rabbit farming on this farm, my biggest challenge was the migration to come on to this farm, building structures to start, because I started with wooden cages that way mangongongo just made because the previous day and then the next day makeji angapo so angari makeji akauya kuzvekumanya. So my biggest challenge was the migration, coming to settle in. Of course, financial challenges because any project, there's always that input in it. And then project yangu.
Okay.
So it was inini wacho ndandtori amadays yanashamboroka amacho but then asandanyatso the full gist of how it's done.
Okay.
Ndrukita everything ndega. So I was trying to make sure that I minimize mistakes as much as I could, which I did, and I learned from that. The biggest challenge was now trying to balance because the risk was kuti they're going to go to that way. So now it's establish and because I'm alone. I'm trying because like I said, angari mangongo ndukunoti keja cho pani parikubuda ne pano gono pinda tuma pets panoda kupinda vermin ndikugadzira I'm tinkering everything, but the challenges also helped me learn because the other skills and I got gain from actually doing things on my own. Yeah.
Beautiful. So you mentioned Kuti, you were learning as you were doing all that. Kuti, there was a possibility Kuti, why go out to
Yeah, there was.
So let's take for instance, was that going to break your heart, to break the vision that you have?
No, actually, because kuzo establish vision yange yatobokda. It was not gonna. I was gonna go with it, go with the vision to see it through. Because like I said, ndangana topinda kudara it was something that had already been established in me. I had already started part of my research because Ndaba from a school setting where we were doing rabbits at school. We had won a grant at school and then we started the project at school.
Okay.
Then after school, when I was there, I was already too far gone. I was too engaged. I was too in it. That's too late. Yeah, so I would have seen it through.
Beautiful. So what does a normal day look like for you?
Okay. For me, normal day, I wake up, I clean my environment first. And then I clean the rabbit environment first. Because for me, entering into a domain where you don't know what you'll be carrying around. So what I try to do is By cleaning, I mean kuti inini wacho ndikufana to disinfect. Because with these guys, I always make sure kuti biosecurity yaka iri up to date. Iri up to par. Yeah. So ndisati ndapinda into zvakawanda I feed them because dzinenge dzine nzara. So I feed them every morning. Usually my timing is usually religious because kana ndati ndikutanga feeding scheme ya 9, it's 9 throughout. 9 o'clock ndikutanga kufida. So ipapo usually angundogara ndakacollecta zvinhu zvangu ndogara ndine hay and then ndoshandisa my pellets also ndo make sure zvinhu zvangu zviri in order. Ndakutopinda and then I start feeding them. After feeding them then in fact during feeding nenchidzitarisa kumeka sure kuti andina problem nekuti 1 by 1 kg by kg ndichitora ndichimboinspecta kuiona kuti iri sei haina any isikurwara here haina zvakairuma here haina zviri kuikanganisa here. So usually when I'm feeding ndopane ndichidzitarisa kuona kuti are they okay and ndichitarisawo environment macho kuti hamuna any other zviri foreign zvirimo here then ndichicleana mumacages acho mukati inside the cages, the individual cages. And then ndapedza kufida I start cleaning my cages macho, like the shed and everything. So taira if it's usually paine zoda collect urine collection ndakutobvisa the inenge yaita urine, then manure inenge iripo I take the manure ndoisa compost for gardening, and then ndapedza ipapo. That's about it. So usually ndapedza everybody else I go into detail with my mothers. Because these mothers I started with them atakabakure. Saka usually I need to my kids now. I want to pay a lot of attention to the mom and the babies. Saka ndo make sure kuti ndikunyatso kudzitarisa kuti is the mom okay? Is the baby okay? I once had an incident where the mom actually had a growth and then and she was breastfeeding. Of which the infection started spreading to the kids. Yeah, of which it was something that was chakatotanga tichitori kuchikoro. And then it grew with time. Then it started affecting. And I actually kutozoibata kwandakaita ndakatozoibata through one of the babies angatozoita another growth. So from then on I learned kuti no, when I'm checking the mom, I check the babies also. So ndakutotasa zvese yana mai nevana. So ndo part of the procedure. Any to reduce medication I medicate though, because usually with the pananutara part of research unengo chitozwa kuti this kind of infection yoda this kind of treatment yakati. So when I started in fact mostly I try to use my traditional methods and before I even get to, because sometimes prevention is better than cure. Before I even get into mishonga kutenga or anything, of course kana zvazo to that extent I try kutotinda I have the right medication ndoneka ka first aid kit kangu yekutoti anenge kaine zvinhu zvese zvandiri kuda. So yeah, that's a normal day for me with the rabbits. Yeah.
Rona tsoro dzakachena kuchena zvika
no kuzvigeza tsuro nekitsi zvinongosiyana tsuro nekitsi zvinombonyanyosiyana pakunyaya yegrooming.
So what happens kana wakadzigeza
ambona kitsi yakatota
handisati, because I've never seen anyone achifamba tsuro.
No, now back to cats. Wakamona kitsi yakatota. Kitsi, a wet cat. Zvinenge zvaita mvere, because you see all that white cuteness. Ife ikatota. Ukazouzonzi iwe tsuro you run away. You run away. I'm joking, but you know serious. Plus also, that fey is its jacket, it's its coat. Ukaidira mvura. Who's to say ichaoma on time? Kukanakisa ikasaoma. But I've heard of people wanodira mvura like, but then it's usually kuti mukeji mnenge matota and then but then inozozvigruma hayo at the end of the day. But and not with these ones. And these are numbers.
But yeah, they look clean.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you spoke of kuti unomuka iwo wodzi tarisa one by one, you do the check kuti apana iri kurwara here, apana padhuze nekufa here, and stuff like that. So apart from the few things that you have mentioned, there's people zvimwewo zvaunoita just to take care of the rabbits.
Just to take care of the rabbits. The city in house. Ndinotsvaga uswa. Ndinotsvaga uswa. Ndinocheka bundo. So usually tinocollector, because sometimes you might not have the time yekuno considering kuti it's a farm, unenge uchida kuenda ku another section, so zvinenge zvakawanda zvekuita, like zvandataura zvika, it seems as if zvinzishoma, but it takes time. Zvinhu zvinotora nguva, especially when you're going one by one, zvinotora nguva, so you might not have the extra time kuti uende kunozonotsvaga uswa nei. So kazhinji when I have two extra time apart from zvimwe zvese zvinoita, because we also have other animals, because ukazopedzera time kutsuro zvimwe zvinofa. So ndine love for them, they are the special ones in my heart, but then I'm not cruel. So kana ndine the free time ndinotsvaga uswa, ndounganidza uswa hwangu zvekuti kazhinji kana senguva ino kuti mashango asati apinda mukati umu ndakutombozadza durare nonzi chipe munogara mashanga ndakutombomuzadza neuswa.
Okay.
So ndikutsvaga uswa at the same time ndendichi like zvandambotaura kuti compost. Ndaimboita kind of research also on the manure, rabbit manure and rabbit urine. So what I would do is I would do gardening. Using ndichishandisa rabbit urine as the fertilizer, and then multi rabbit manure. And ndaine hay futi, because kana ndichidya dzinoti dembra hay iyoyo ndoimwe yandaishandisa kunoshandisa secovering. So ndakanyatsoona kuti zvinombotaura nevanhu ichokwadi kuti this is very good manure, kana uchidaita zegardening itashandisa chinyi uyu manure yerabbit. So that's something else that takes up my time. So I was using it for gardening, maveggie chaiwo, and then flowers. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So what do you think with the people, they really don't understand about tsuro?
About tsuro?
Yeah.
Well, right. With tsuro, munhu kangomuti tsuro, munhu arikumhanya unofunga tsuro magenga. Akutomhanya unofunga tsuro yemusango iya. But tsuro ukaitora not as tsuro magenga, and it's tora tsuro sehuku, sebrela.
Tsuro sehuku,
sebrela.
Okay.
Machengetero anoita brela. No machengetero anoita tsuro. Brela noda kuchengetera zvakanaka. Noda kubatwa bo. No madiro anoita kubata tsuro. Because you see kuti people just think kuti tsuro imhuka isina nyama.
Okay.
But the particular breed ndinare, this is a very high yield yield yenyama yakatovira yehuku.
All right.
Inoto kusvikira kuma 6 kg.
Kuita watineza kuda kunyika tsuro vana.
Yeah, nyama yetsuro inonaka wewe. Usatombonyepero, aiwa nyama yetsuro inonaka. Usanyepero. Ndikatozwa introduce kunyama iyi kai unosiya zvehuku. Wakutosiyana nehuku nei, but tichilongotsuwa tichilozodhingura market yehuku, zvese zvakangokosha zvese. Zvakangokosha zvese kutamba. But so vanhu vanongoti ukanzwa kuti tsuro, vanhu vakutofunga tsuro magenga, asina nyama, mudiki, nyama yetsuro. Yes, vanhu vese vanongozwa hake kuti nyama yetsuro inonaka. That's a fact. Fact right, chinji.
Okay.
So the thing most people miss is you can rear your tsuro for it to be your meat supply, your supplement for meat, and it's unotowana nyama inotokusustaina zvakatonaka. Mameals atori bo nenyama yetsuro. So vanhu vakawanda just try to, because vanenge vachingofunga kuti it's something that's hard, but then ukazotarisisa kuchengeta tsuro is actually quite much more easier than kuchengeta huku. sorry, don't my biggest competitor.
At all, but it's fine.
But that's my biggest competitor. So, you will see someone who's coming, and people are so religious. No, why neat? Very good tsuro.
From your own opinion, do you think it would be tsuro zito profitable zukda?
Yes.
Okay.
Zukda.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, do party and not for profits.
Yeah, it's really profitable. Okay. But like it's really profitable in numbers also, yeah. Because tsuro inozara vanawaka wanda. So you can have litters from 5 to 14 depending on kuti also age, mayako weight yakamira say, but there's a lot of factors that come in panya litter size. But some ways anokupoma small litters, but you would try to avoid those mothers and upama small litters. But we're saying kuti typically, let's say hypothetically 5 to 14. That's a very good range.
Yeah.
Ukatona on the higher side of it, unengo utori pakanaka.
Yeah.
Kawana ma 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Unengo wakanaka. Patsuro 1. And it. So it is arawana wakawanda kudafu. When you want to now then monetize it, hauchaito tsuro 1 kuti kuzalire vana wakawanda. Wakangotoro tsuro 2, 3, 4. Kwatangone tsuro 4. And it's wobvadzibhidha kuti wane chini vana uchengeta vana ivavavo and it's tomboti watora tsuro dzako 5 ubva dzakupa vana 10 each watone 050 ka watone 050 ka dzakato watone bhechi remabrela wakutotanga kupfuya tsuro dzako and it's now uchidzipfuya all conditions good. You keep because with any animal actually you have to play it by the book. They are quite sensitive. Because you might not have malosis at yes, they're almost similar with other animals. Mama diseases managed yes. But then you find ekutsuro are quite manageable and avoidable. And that's but it's not done. We're not saying that's done. It's not done. But
unlike my prayer.
Yes.
So that's a good one.
Yeah, okay, of course. Kana paso Italian infection, it's not now. But then you were saying good. I'm not gonna disease. I'm gonna reduce. So 50, and then you start keeping those, and they are quite affordable to keep.
Okay.
They are quite affordable to keep. Unlike Zimbabwe, my brother. Okay. Where tsuro itombo ndichikafisha kawanda. About 100 grams. That's like a cup of yogurt can 150 a cup of yogurt day. That small thing per day.
Per day.
That's all it needs.
Oh.
Of pellets.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, that 100 grams per day, and then the smaller ones are actually 50 to 70 grams per day. Of course, so depending on the diet you want, because some would like a dry diet, pellets, and then you just give water and then it goes. Then one introduce some greens. Wopo ma cabbages nene zakawanda vanopa zvakasiyana kutsuro handidzi. So panyaya cost I know kutsuro cost yacho iri more on the lesser side than yehuku. So tikazoda kucompare even output when selling, tsuro sells at a higher price than the other. Yes, so it's lower inputs with my higher output.
All right.
So, the profit. Profit. But then now you won't really see the profit to Kaingweta small numbers. Yeah. So when you go,
need to have my big numbers. So
that's when it will make more sense. But even with the small numbers, it's quite manageable. Really right. Not one or something.
Estimately, une throw 50. But before I go, tsuro kuti ikure because wati tinobereka dzabereka pepe how long does it take kuti izosvika pakuti ya ready kuti ichitengeswa?
Okay, tsuro yatikutangira payaberekwa payaberekwa I will not lie to you, I'm going to take about 2 months.
2 months.
2 months. I'm going to take about 3.
2 months.
So chino sela ofuti tsuro weight. You have to you know fanoska about 2.2 kgs.
Okay.
But then chuguti that's dotongori average 2.2 to 2.4 kgs. Tsuro yakutojigata nyama. But tsuro inosvika ku 6 kgs, 4 to 6 kgs inosvika.
Okay. Inozosvika ku 4 to 6 kgs after how long?
Probably it will take time.
It will take time.
With the months, feeding ya urguid. Because then it's not obese. Yeah.
Okay. So my kgs is mostly determined in a good torango yarbase feedwa.
You know, it's your feeding. Kuturuku feeder, how frequent, how long, and also chimichandaka notice space is important, especially when it comes to growth. Space yakakosha pairi kugara iyo tsuro yacho is not limited, because I've seen where tsuro dzika clustered into one small space adzikure tsuro idzodzo and then ukandzipa space, room to run, room to dzinokura zvakanaka zvekuti tikakuudza dzimwe dzacho mamanza dzina dzebaba unotoshamisike kutoti so takatozorealize kuti no, if we give them the room now they will grow zvakanaka.
Okay. So ndikona mune 2 what's the
so dzaunotoona dziri kutogarisana zvakanaka mazhinji acho masiblings vakatokura wese. Tsuro are quite territorial animals.
Alright.
Zvekuti tikatora tsuro iyo tikainoimixa neimeka unoona hondo they may look cute and fluffy but too vicious when it comes to fighting pazvacho, but they're quite friendly to people. Usazotyako kuti ndinozoromwa netsuro but dziri very territorial and ukada kudzimixa dzinogona kurumana.
So
also with age, I also select tsuro dzacho anyways kuti with the good ones anenge ane good traits ndataura zvoti pamaweights pane dzinokasira kukura ende dzinokura zvakanaka dzichikuva ma-good weights, because I also weigh them. Ndotodziisawo paskero semwana sekababy, like I said. Exactly, kasika papi from birth tinotoweya kubva kukachiri kababy kuona kuti kano uyu. So patinotidziweya paya pane aunotoona kuti no, these ones ane ma-good traits. Paunoinspecta paya unotoona kuti no, iyi ine zvinhu zvakanaka zvinodiwa, like this is a good rabbit. Then I said ndotoiseparate because those andozoshandisa for breeding.
Okay.
For people wanenge vachiita come through varoda kutora tsuro dze-breeding, because it's not just meat ka want to tenga for breeding also. So vanenge vachitora for breeding, then they take the good. You actually always want your good stock, because pass the good genes to vana vadzo. So you try to take the best one. So to separate her. And then also with space, dzokasira kuwanda. So dzaunongochiona dziri clustered, I would love kuti woitoitawo karoom kayo yega, but zvizobudi munhu wese. Space wo comes into play kuti macages acho anoda kuti one day.
All right. Yeah. So what costs are involved? Let's say kuti titosvika a project like rawasvika.
Kusvika project yandasvika a lot. I'm joking. Well, yandava yava expansion.
Okay.
Pane starting.
Yes.
Starting is quite affordable. Okay. If you have the, like I said, in Ndakatanga ndine tsuro 4.
Tsuro 1, 2, 3, 4.
Tsuro 4. Then I secured 4 females. And then I secured 1 male. Tocheke Ndakatenga 1 male.
Okay.
Then ndobva ndati macages. Like I said, Ndakatanga nemangongongo wood. I'll show you pahabezezi. Ndakashanda tanga nemangongongo wood. But unfortunately, manj, you will then end up moving away from them, because like I said, just urine collection, urine yatsura no corrode. Corrode fence, like mesh wire is now simba. Right? It is angura. Saka zota wiki yozobesa yakudembuka. So you would try to use material yakakusimbira yekuti usazoramba uchita frequently change chichi. So ukada kuti yes on the material yako inoshanda nogonotongoisa mukeji zvikatoshanda, but then you would want something chinozokuti usarambe uchidini uchichinja housing nei. So pamaterial ipapapo it varies now, but it's something chekuti ukanyatso kubudgeta zvakanaka, because vamwe vanotoisa mumastructures muzvikwere.
Okay.
You can even start nechikwere, but what I would advise you to usashandisa chikwere chehuku. Azvinizvo zvinonyanyodyidzana.
Alright. So if wakaisa muchikwere chehuku chii chinogona?
So you see kuti there are those diseases kuma avian diseases ehuku. And I know they can actually also affect tsuro. Tsuro inotoita uchitosi. Just like inoita uchitosi. So you try to avoid that, because kazhinji you see kuti panonyatsoda deep intense cleaning.
Okay.
You have to give it good cleaning, adequate resting periods before waisa a different animal. But but we're saying it's possible. We're not saying it's not possible, but you really have to be very particular. Otherwise, you're not going to do death sentence already. So you see the cost then varies on you per starting. What you then worry is the diet you follow. Follow a dry diet yekuti hay is afford like hay is everywhere. Yago isimba regunodin. Regunocheka uswa. Saka uswa is free to everyone. Kutongono uyu zototi kana munhu tofamba uchitocheka uswa. And then my pellets. And I will safely say my pellets etsuro ari more affordable than ehuku andinauda. Usazokwidzirwa my price. I'm joking. But ari more affordable than ehuku. So, and like I said, you don't go to show my, but yeah. So you will find the cost of starting up inenge quite manageable depending on the resources you have. Inini ndakatongo nani story but ndakatongo tanga, and then you build as you grow. As you go unongo build then you start moving from one structure to another, to upgrade that's how it goes.
So with all those things that you encountered, my problems and everything, what was the most hardest moment of your journey?
The hardest moment of my journey.
You've told me of kutangane 4 and then kutangane ma.
Yeah, from 4 ndakatombopinda muma hundreds. From 4 idzodzo ndakapinda muma hundreds. I kid you not. So the hardest were the inadequacies. Like when I started having, what can I say, but drawbacks.
Okay.
Because I didn't have enough space. Like I said, no wonder. Pane pekuti zvanga zvisingachaite, I couldn't meet number yandandinayo now. Then ndobva ndatarisana number yandandinayo, space yandandinayo. So I had to sacrifice kuti ndichi expand kuenda kuno uyu. Yeah. Okay. So expansion for me was the hardest. Expansion was hard. It was not easy. It's for the greater good. It was for the greater good. Yes, I had to make sacrifice. Exactly. Yeah, of course we had to destock also. We had to destock so that we could sustain also the project. We could manage to sell. But then the idea was to breed, then start.
So where do you see your farming in the next 5, 10, 20 years to come?
Perfect. Bunzewo would I say. Like I said, I've been seeing expansion ever since I started. So I'm still seeing expansion and growth even in the future. So the prayer is good. In the next 5-10 years, this thing blows over and I have rabbits even to export. Let's share with the world. Let's share with the world. Yeah. So It's growth. And I want to teach as many people as I can about rabbit farming. That's where I see myself. Where I'm not the only rabbit farmer. Actually, Tukutowanda, and I love that. I love that, and I want us to continue going into, because this is actually really manageable. And so I would really want more people to get into rabbit farming, because it's a good trade. I won't lie. So yeah, 5-10 years my lessons, my students, kids coming in, playgrounds, and people falling in love with the rabbits and stuff. So yeah, that's the vision.
Beyond rabbits, do you have some other animals that you are considering?
If I'm being honest with you, I would want to tap into every animal. If I could, I would.
Okay.
So if God permits, I would want to tap into other franchises. I would want to try other animals, but then I would also want to do it not on a small scale. I would want to just expand, because at the end of the day, even if we have a butcher, munhu anoyachingokubvunza nyama yepoko anoyachingokubvunza poko nyama yenguruve kuti iripo here,
nyama yemombe iripo
exactly. So imagine nyangoisa signpost yakanzi nyama yetsuro anoyachingobvunza chicken. So yeah, so I would want to tap into other franchises, other animals. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So if someone, let's say a young person, younger than you, of course, arikuda ku the farming tsuro specifically, what should you say to them?
I would say start. Having people who are as young as in primary come through to teach. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, tsuro is really manageable, but then the young ones need support. I would not just want to teach the young one. I would also want to teach the responsible guardian. No, let them, because they're not just pets, they are friends. So this child akangoana that exposure to having not only companions or friends aside from books, tikamboenda kutsuro. I'm not saying that I'm against kuenda kunotamba vanagainotamba, but you see kuti agari kunze kwegate. So I would actually encourage any age group, because even the kids that come here to play with the rabbits, but you can see kuti this is just bond. It's quite beautiful. So you would want those people who are looking into farming very younger, I would say start at any stage with whatever you have, and make sure that you make it a comfortable home for the rabbit. At the end of the day, they may help you grow, but then with expansion, you'll be forced to grow. Whether you like it or not, no special I'm going to expand. One section so but I've actually had a lot of people and heard a lot of people anoti ndaimbeta tsuro ndikamira, especially vana vechikoro, because of school. There's nothing wrong with delegating. Kana uchigona tsuro, dzidzisawo vamwe vaunogara navo, kutoti kana usipo vanosara vachikubatsira. So hatizodi kuti munhu anozoti ndaimboita tsuro pana ndiri palong holiday pandakazosiya because I had to go to school. No, you can still come back. Pama holidays unenge uripo, semester parinopera unenge uripo, term painopera uri kudzoka kumba, you come back to your rabbits, but unombosirawo varipo. Yeah.
Powerful. Dai nanga ndiriwo munhu anotoda tsuro. Dai ndatotora.
Trust me, uchauya go to the other side. Uchazoita go munhu anodira because
wakanimirira.
Yeah, ndakakumirira.
So
join the team.
In closing, do you believe farming can change the lives in the land of Zimbabwe?
Yes.
How?
Very much so. Because not when you don't see farming as more on the monetary side, farming is quite therapeutic. In a to my challenges higher, but then it has this peace of mind. It's not hectic. It's something it's a skill of the hand. It's manageable. Ukasafungisisa. Because yes, stress is high, but hakuna kusina stress, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
But it's good. Farming is just good, and I would see it changing lives. When you don't see it as more like it's a chore and no, take it as a hobby. Take it as a lifestyle.
Okay.
Then live through it. Don't say live through you. Because you know so live through it. Whatever you face, whatever you come across, capture it, document it. Because when I say I used to carry around a notebook, things that I noted about it. Things that, of course, but then even kumba you find just
okay.
So a piece of mind, these are the works of my hands. So I think it would change lives. It would. But then, of course, do it the right way. It will not only change lives in the sense of it bringing peace to you, but it will also change lives to you financially. Because it's not going to say you're good, but it doesn't move. There's a lot that the soils can provide, the lands that we have utilized. And Jagannath rabbit farming doesn't need much land. You just need a small space, backyard, chai. A lot of people do it backyard. No matter wherever you are, if you can accommodate space like you see these cages, and go up and use the little space that you have. So you can utilize it, and you can do it anyway, at any time. Things with fair, season sensitive. Winter, but we might need to cover up a bit. But then, we know fight. We fight through it. Yes. So I would say it would change lives.
It will change lives.
Yeah.
So you encourage one good thing, guys. Come to farming. Especially rabbit farming.
Especially rabbit farming.
Okay, family, thank you so much. I think you have heard it for yourself. Good chance we egg farming, guys. Come to the farming. Nikaedu want a peace of mind. And plus itogona itamari. Kweto togona. Toto itamari with this farming. Alright, this is Same Current Social TV that you're watching, and we have been documenting this amazing project from this wonderful lady at Panap. Until we meet next time, thanks.